Okay, so our first step in looksmaxxing is gonna be breaking our face with a hammer. So what this does, right? It creates micro fractures in your bones, so that when it heals over time, it becomes much more sharper and stronger. So you have a much more sharper jawline than before. And that's why I love this hammer method trick. Okay, let me teach you how we're gonna do it. Now, what the fuck, man? If you believe in this looks maxing bullshit, you know, breaking your face, changing your eye shape, whatever, it's all complete nonsense. I'm gonna teach you the right and proper way to actually looks max. Sheesh. Step one: go to the gym. Your biggest problem isn't that your jaw is shaped funny, you don't have a proper jaw structure. Your problem is that your body fat is too high and you have no jaw. You need to go to the gym because your body fat is too high and you don't have enough muscle. You want to try to lose your body fat and gain muscle so that firstly you don't become skinny fat, because if you just go into the gym doing cardio, you're not eating right, whatever, not weightlifting, you're gonna just end up being skinny fat the whole time. You won't look nice. You need to go to the gym, you need to lift weights, and you need to do cardio. So it's a two for two. You need to do two, both of them, in order to become better. Okay. um, Step two, which is diet. So, like it goes hand in hand with gym again. I want to make this simple. I'm only going to give you a few things that you can do. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Alright, I want this to be simple for you. I want you to make small improvements every day so that you can be better every day. So yeah, I was saying diet. You want to focus on eating whole foods. Well, at least during the week from Monday to Friday. You don't want to eat any processed food, any processed sugar. You want to stick to chicken breast, broccoli, steak, whatever, just like eggs, clean whole foods, no processed carbs, no processed sugars. If you really want to have a takeaway, do it on the weekend. Uh, do it maybe once a week, but just make sure you keep in your calorie goals. And now moving to calories, if you're overweight, you obviously want to find out like for everyone, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go on your phone, you're going to go to caloriecalc.net, going to input all your information, and then you find out how much calories you need in order to maintain your current weight. So what you want to do, if you are overweight, you're going to want to eat less than that maintenance calories. If you are underweight, you want to bulk up, you want to eat more than your maintenance, while keeping in mind eating more protein as well, because if you're just going to eat an insane amount of food and not have enough protein, you're just going to get fat. So you want to kind of do like a body recomposition where you're going to be gaining muscle and gaining weight at the same time. Okay. Step three is skincare. Skincare is quite important, I think. I have been slacking on my skincare a bit, but getting there. You want to wash your face and moisturize it at least twice a day. In the morning and in the evening. In the morning, preferably, you'd like to use a SPF moisturizer so that it protects your skin from the sun, which prevents wrinkles in the long term, obviously. And also, it just goes hand in hand with diet and exercise. If you're going to eat cleaner, your skin's going to be clearer. They always say, you are what you eat. You're going to eat whole foods, you're going to eat clean. Your skin's going to reflect that. Your skin's going to reflect your gut health. Okay, whatever goes in within, it's going to reflect on the outside. And yeah, so keep your diet in check. Cut out processed sugars, added sugars. That stuff really messes up your skin. Processed carbs, drink plenty of water. Yeah, basic. That's quite easy. So wash and moisturize twice a day. SPF moisturizer in the morning. Eat clean. Drink plenty of water. Next step is, let's see, There's multiple things that I can tell you right now. So I'm gonna go with journaling. So this is step 4, journaling, right? So what journaling does, you're gonna basically take all your thoughts and put it on paper. I can't believe I'm explaining journaling. I'm sure everyone knows it, but yeah, you really want to, like I said, I've explained shadow work before. That's a really important thing that you need to be doing. I'll link the video somewhere in the description of my shadow work video. You can watch that if you wanna get a more in-depth on how to do in-depth explanation on how to do shadow work and what is shadow work. But that's important to do, as well as writing down like positive things, like things you're grateful for, things that made you happy, things that you like about yourself. Those all those things creates a really positive mindset. And what looksmaxxing, I believe that whatever's, like I just said earlier on, like what you go out, you eat, whatever's inside reflects on the outside. So you obviously want to do inner work as well, not just stuff that's very superficial, not superficial, but like in regards to vanity. You want to do inner work. I think that also increases how you look. Just working on yourself internally. Always being positive, trying to have a positive outlook on things. Just being happy. It's not easy. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. So you will falter a lot. You will have days where you feel like it's over, like it's not over. I mean, like you're down. You're just like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. But just have to persevere to it. It's just a muscle. Like discipline, learning positivity. It's all a muscle. The more you keep training it, the better you'll get at it. And so next step, after journaling, step 5, it's reading more. So with reading more, I think it's really important because you gain a lot of knowledge. It's always like such an attractive, such an alluring thing to be an intelligent person. And not to like you're not supposed to like show off your intelligence. You're not supposed to be like know-it-all, whatever. But it's just like it's, can I say, charming in a way to just have like knowledge in different areas, and just like be smart in general, just knowing things in general. And obviously, just not learning about them, you also want to like apply them in real life. That also helps a bit more, with confidence and yeah, your energy. Um, also, so the last step, I'll say step 6, right, is finding your purpose. So personally, I can't tell you what your purpose is. I can't tell you how to find your purpose. It's different for each individual. So that's up to you. You can't get help from Zen today regarding finding your purpose. But I guess the more you do journaling, the more you do your shadow work, you'll eventually find what your purpose is. The more you go to the gym, the more you like clear your head, get off this brain rot, TikTok, Instagram reels. Like I said, I can edit this as 7 points, getting off social media as looksmaxxing. But like I said, I want to keep it simple, less complicated. I've included 3 things for your body, 3 things for your mind. So yeah, so like I said, finding your purpose. I like to uh, go on and on about random shit, but yeah, finding your purpose, having something that you can work on every day, something that you see progress in, something that's going to help you build a better life. That's obviously going to give you so much confidence within yourself, and it's going to obviously, like I said, reflect outwards. Whatever you feel inside is going to reflect outwards. It's going to make you a much more charming person, a much more bubbly, energetic, much more like a person that people will just feel comfortable with, people will approach. And it's not, like I said, nothing is easy. You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to work hard in order to achieve this mental fortitude in a way. Like doing these 3 things: finding your purpose, journaling, and reading. That all ties into having a really good um, mental foothold, having good mental fortitude. Just to be unshakable at times. So yeah, the most important thing that I like to leave you with is that you just need to remember that you don't need validation from outside. If you're gonna do look maxing, like, okay, it's fine. If you want to do it to get a girlfriend, completely calm. But if you're doing it for yourself, I think that's much more important, because at the end of the day, you don't need external validation. You only need validation from yourself. Uh, this is Zen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.